to inspire more people with their sense of power and responsibility for their own lives, for the communities they share, and for the public services that we all use. And it's in that context that the role of the social entrepreneur is really, really important, because we need people. We need people to create jobs. We have a terrible shortage of jobs in this country, particularly for young people. It's shocking that we have over 1 million young people in this country not in employment or education. We need to support and inspire those people who are capable of creating jobs, particularly for disadvantaged people or in disadvantaged communities. We need people to look at how things are being done in the public services and challenge us to do them in different ways and deliver services in a different way, because we have so much waste in our system, and too much is not working. And some of the really difficult stuff, getting people into work, getting people off drugs, keeping people out of jail, the evidence is that government, public service are not working well enough. There's too much failure in the system. So we need to challenge the system. We need innovators, we need the entrepreneurs to come and say, no, it can be done differently. And we need people who can give other people voice. You know, we're living in an incredibly difficult time. Difficult decisions having been taken. We're having large cuts in public expenditure. We need social enterprises, charities, the voluntary sector in this country who give people voice in that process. So for all these reasons, we're very clear as a government that we need social entrepreneurs more than ever. And I'm delighted to see that at the European level, the European Commission as well, seems to understand this and is placing a lot of emphasis on promoting and supporting social businesses in Europe. So there's something interesting happening politically in terms of support for this movement. My second point is that as far as the UK is concerned, we see a very big opportunity. We start from a very healthy place in terms of the weight of social enterprises in our economy. Forgive me for reading from this, but social enterprises in this country have a turnover equivalent to 1.5% of our GDP. They employ 800,000 people. They proved to be resilient. Over 75% reported making a profit in 2010. And a greater number are optimistic about growth next year than they are pessimistic. They're also good employers. Over 80% invested in training in 2010, and 39% of social enterprises work in the 20% most deprived communities in the UK. So we start from a good place, but we're very ambitious to try and do what government can do to support this movement and create the space for social entrepreneurs to do more. And the stuff the government can do. One of the things the government do is get out of the way. There's so much regulation and bureaucracy. I don't know about other European countries, but in this country we have we think too much regulation, bureaucracy gets in the way. So we're running a very systematic process to see what we can take away to try and make life easier. We're determined to try and open up new market opportunities for social enterprises. So there's a big program of reform of public services with the explicit goal of trying to open up those services and create more space for social enterprises and charities to help us deliver better public services. But the key thing, and coming back to a point that Sven made in his speech, is about money and access to capital. There's such consistent evidence in this country in terms of research that's been done in terms of what the barriers to growth are. People keep coming and saying it's access to capital, it's access to money. And of course that's difficult when there's just much less of it around. But in this country, our observation was that the social sector, social enterprises, social entrepreneurs were totally disconnected from mainstream finance. I've just come from a meeting in the city, with lots of different organisations, and that connection is not there at this point in this country. And the opportunity is immense, because over there they're sitting on trillions of pounds of savings on our part. But there's no connection really made with the social sector that's doing so much to try and improve people's lives. And so, fundamental to our mission at the moment is our ambition to grow this market called social investment. This is money that is prepared to blend traditional financial return with social impact. It's very small, it's probably less than £200 million a year at the moment in the UK. It's very embryonic, but it's real. And I look at it very personally. It's, you know, I'm a member of Parliament, I don't have a huge amount of savings. But if someone I trusted came to me and said, look, Nick, here is an investment opportunity for you to invest in something that you care about, a cause you care about, an enterprise that's trying to do something good in the area that you care about. Would you be interested in investing, you know, up to 1% of your savings in this type of area? I would be. And I think other people would be as well. But we're not actually being presented with these opportunities at the moment. And we think there's an opportunity here, and we want to grow this market. And the way we're doing that is principally through creating a new institution called Big Society Capital. And this institution's mission is to make it easier for social enterprises to access capital. It's a very complicated thing to set up. It's the only one of its kind, I think, in the world. But by April of next year, it will be fully set up, and it will have, I think within 2 years, about £600 million of capital to deploy, to invest in building up this market, principally wholly investing through intermediaries, trying to develop this world of intermediaries that will grow the market and try and connect entrepreneurs with capital. And we're very excited about it. As I say, I think it's the first in the world, but it's a very serious attempt to make it easier for social entrepreneurs to access capital and to present more opportunities to savers to invest in social projects and social enterprises. And because we recognise that there's also a problem in terms of the amount of investment-ready opportunities in this country, we're also setting up a £10 million called Technical Assistance Fund, grants to social enterprises to help them get access the support and the advice they need to become more investment ready and ready for social investment. So we need social entrepreneurs more than ever. We start with a very good base in this country, but the government is very ambitious indeed to try and support more. My final point is this, which is about social franchising, which is not an area that I know very well, or know very much about. But having read a bit in preparation for this meeting, it strikes me that it is very important, and potentially there's a very big opportunity here. Because although we can congratulate ourselves in this country about the number of social enterprises that there are, actually one of the distinguishing features is there are very few big ones. Why? And this is why does there seem to be a cap in terms of growth? It's not ambition or passion. Maybe it's something to do with access to capital. We will test that through Big Society Capital. But I see through franchising an opportunity perhaps to break through this. I'm hugely impressed by some of the models that I saw in terms of opportunity to accelerate growth. Sunderland Home Care in this country, I saw it took them 10 years to reach the point where they employed 200 people. Pursuing the franchise model, it took them just 4 years to treble that. I saw the growth curve of the German supermarkets at CAP. Exponential growth through the franchising model. And I'm sure underlying that is all huge number of difficulties and complications. But it seems to me there's something very important here. And I was very struck the other night listening to one of our most prominent entrepreneurs in this country, a guy called James Caan, that many of you might know from the Dragon's Den TV show. But he runs about 40 businesses. Most of them are franchises. Because he says, you know, business is hard enough. Why reinvent wheels? You know, if something works and there's a market opportunity to be developed, why not pursue that with all your energy and vision? So I think there's something very interesting here. And so my final point is this: it's an appeal to you, really. Use this conference, use the networking to perhaps think about what government can do, if anything, to support, whether it be in the area of skills or access to capital or whatever it is. Because certainly as far as our government is concerned, we're very interested in helping and doing what we can to try and create more space for social enterprises to do more and make more difference to people's lives. And I'm sure we have all that in common. On that note, let me congratulate you on your passion. I hope you stay with that passion, and as I hope you all join Sven in being doomed to succeed.
Small gift for Sweden, which is the entrance ticket to the next social franchise.
Thank you very much. I like coming to social enterprise conferences. I always get a gift. Normally it's condoms or chocolate.